You want to do 2 minutes on the Minister of Commerce stuff?
So by the early 2000s, Xilai has spent almost 2 decades in Liaoning province, largely in Dalian, and then as a provincial leader of Liaoning province. It seems quite clear that he had harbored hopes then of entering the central leadership. In some ways, his background and his sometimes abrasive personality may have counted against him. But he became Minister of Commerce, I think it was in 2002, which these days the Minister of Commerce doesn't count for that much in China, I don't think. But back then that was a bigger deal, in particular because China had just entered the World Trade Organization. So you may remember back then there was always these cases coming up of the European Union and the United States in particular objecting to these surges of Chinese products that were entering their markets at that time, in particular garments, clothes, and other goods like that. So Xilai, having honed his media skills in Dalian, then got another opportunity to do it as Minister of Commerce. And I was a journalist with Reuters then, struggling to do reporting sometimes on commerce issues and trade disputes. And you could tell that Xilai just loved to be in the limelight there with the American trade officials or Peter Mandelson from the EU, marching out of these conferences and speaking to the press, sort of having combative jabs with his foreign counterparts. And you would often see him at these meetings, trade meetings, WTO meetings, enjoying some of the limelight as well. So that's when I first had my first direct encounters with him as well. The other thing that people say about him as Minister of Commerce is that while he was honing this very personable, telegenic presence to the public, he was a very, very hard boss and a very difficult boss. And you heard that sometimes privately from Ministry of Commerce officials that they wouldn't say too much about their boss, but they would let you know that it wasn't the easiest place to work.